Welcome to Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Thursday, January 12th, 2017. I'm Astrologer Dave Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, today is the full moon, so I'm doing my live full moon ceremony, spiritual dance music, live on my Facebook. Make sure that you watch it. I'll be doing it later in the afternoon around 4 p.m. Pacific. And of course, the Astrology Hub, awesome 2017 forecast webinar, which 13 astrologers, which I'm part of, is starting today, going into tomorrow. Make sure that you register now for free. It's down here below on my YouTube channel, or it's on my Facebook for the link. But before we take a look at all the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King's planet energy in order to understand where all the energy is for your Thursday. And I'm sending you lots of great energy. I am sending you lots of love and light. And I'm hoping that you have an awesome, amazing, and spectacular, wonderful full moon Thursday. It's a full moon, so where do you think I'm putting the energy meter? At the extreme position, and this is not just any old full moon. That is because today, yes, it's a full moon in Cancer, it's in its natural home. That already doubles the full moon effect, but for the fact that the planet Jupiter is in the middle of this full moon, and the planet Uranus. So we've got these two big planets in the middle of this huge full moon happening, and what this is our emotions, the big picture of things. And I'm going to say it in this way as clear as possible to people. This full moon is about not taking your emotional indulgences too far. Venus is starting to conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Venus is at its exaltation, which means it loves to be in Pisces. Neptune is at home in Pisces. And there's this little carrot dangling, all right, in the zodiac right now for us in deep, deep subconscious traps, addictions, things that make us just want to go into things. And with Jupiter squaring the sun today, while the moon is also squaring Jupiter, we have got to make sure that we look at the big picture, that before we make decisions that we weigh things out. This is not a time, especially with Mars, which is in Pisces, heading towards Chiron, where emotions are coming up, and we need to go through the emotions and not act on them right away, which can be very difficult when we get very emotionally invested in things. This is also the last day of Mercury finishing in Sagittarius, which it just came out of a retrograde. It's in detriment in Sagittarius, so it doesn't have all of the facts. It needs to look at all the pictures. It needs to see bigger about things. It can't just, wrap up and make a decision because it feels this one feeling right away. Feelings happen. That doesn't mean that you have to make a decision off that feeling right away. The only way for us to get on track about things in life is we need to get our feelings under, I don't want to say control, but understood. And for the fact that Uranus in Aries now has come direct, and it is part of this full moon, this is about how we react to things. And for the fact that Venus and Neptune are kind of dangling these subconscious carrots, the South Node is in this area, it's like Mercury's in detriment, just out of retrograde. I mean, the universe, this is not a time to take all these big feelings that come up and just either come into some sort of new belief today, come into some sort of new picture of your life and just go, I'm doing this. It's like, that's great, but I would not act on such big things without learning and seeing that coming into this weekend and next week, Mars is starting to head towards Chiron. Mercury's about to come into Capricorn and has to come out through this shadow period, which it will for the next couple weeks. And on top of that, this is the full moon kind of peaking out the energy of, even with all the planets forward and direct, we need to make sure that before we jump into huge decisions, we understand all the emotions. And with the fact that Jupiter is squaring this full moon, we do not understand them all. Sure, they might be coming up, but we need to explore them. We need to research them more. And with Mercury and Sagittarius at the last degree, at the galactic center point, we need to try and understand things before we act. And I think that this is not a good time in our life to make some sort of crazy action-packed decision that's going to change the whole course of your life without seeing the larger effects and what it will do for you. This is a time for you to review things, explore and know that you have this feeling, and start to tread forward with it and see how it's going to go and see what other feelings might come up and make a more conscious awareness decision when Mercury gets out of shadow in the next couple weeks. It passes Pluto. We have the new moon and Mars coming in, or the new moon, which will happen in Aquarius, with Mars, which will be coming into Aries on the 27th and 28th. So these next couple weeks, I think that this is triggering up the emotional world to see, okay, I have these feelings. I'm not going to deny them. I'm not going to doubt them. I'm not going to, deny that they're there. But you know what? I want to research them more. I want to see what this feeling is more. Maybe I need to speak about it more. Maybe I need to understand things more. And that's what this is going to be about. With Venus on top of Neptune, you can get lost in something that just seems too good to be true, something that is more shinier, more better. But you know what? It'll lead you towards a mirage at the end of the day with the South Node there. Now, typically, there's a great alignment. And typically, Venus, it loves to be here and it loves. But with this Venus-Neptune, this is a Venus flytrap with Sun square Jupiter, with the Moon square Jupiter in a big cardinal cross. The pressure that you might feel and make some sort of decision isn't as much pressure as just taking a look at a feeling that pops up that maybe is making you change your mind about things or change your understanding because the feeling has come up. Doesn't mean you need to fully change it though. It means that you need to look at the situation differently, from a different angle, a different viewpoint, and take a while to research, weigh things out, and so forth. When this new moon hits 2 weeks from now, that will be the point with all the planets direct, Mercury in a much better position, all the planets ready to go, Mars in its natural home. That'll be the time when you make these kind of decisions in your life. From now until then, you got a couple weeks to understand what these feelings are that are coming up and what's really going on. Card of the day is the 8 of Pentacles reversed. This means that, you know what? We don't want to do the work as far as learning or the schooling or even sitting down and researching more, and learning more. And that's the problem, is like we just want to react off a feeling quick. We just want to just say, well, we're just going to do this feeling now. This is the way we're going to get back on this road. This could also be us especially wanting to dip back into the past and live into the past again and live into the way that we used to do things again. When really you already know where that station ends. You already know where that train leads you. This is about not freaking out over new emotions that come up in new situations that you're in that need more reviewal. Thank you so much for all your support. Hope to see you today on my awesome spiritual dance music, which will be live on Facebook Live and at the Astrology Hub Awesome 2017 forecast. Make sure that you sign up now. It's free down below. I'll put the links on my Facebook and YouTube. Thanks so much for all your support. I truly appreciate it. And of course, if you're not on the Leo King app, you're missing these horoscopes every day. Thanks so much. Hope to see you on the Leo King app, leokingApp.com. And I'll see you tomorrow.